Hey everyone, Julia from Sunday Sounds here. In this video, we're going to take a look at our song-specific patch designed in the style of the song you see on the screen. I'm going to demonstrate this song patch in its original key and at its original tempo. You can change the key you play or hear the song patch in by using Easy Transpose, and you can change the tempo as well. Details on how to adjust both the key and the tempo are included in your download. For this video, I'll be demonstrating the MainStage version of this song-specific patch. If you purchase the Ableton Live version, you'll be able to use this video to follow along just the same, seeing as the hand positions, song sections, layer ranges, and sound of the patch are the same. In MainStage, you'll use your mod wheel to move through the various song sections. In Ableton, you'll use the macro knob labeled Song Section. Be sure to check out the full demo video for this song patch to see all the parts and sections in order and how we move the song section control throughout the song. This song patch has piano, pads, organ, and bass, all triggered in the left-hand range, which stretches from here up to here. You'll have pianos and pads triggered in this upper left-hand range. And then most of your other sounds will be triggered in this lowest octave. Then there is a piano sound from this note all the way up to this note. And there's a synth sound layered on top of this octave, as well as this upper octave. So that means that this upper octave is just the synth sound. You'll start the song with the song section control all the way down for your intro, verses, down chorus, interlude, and the chorus 2 at the very end of the song. Then at halfway is the medium chorus, the post-chorus, the big bridge, and the refrain. And all the way up is the big chorus and the big refrain. And remember that whether you're in MainStage or Ableton Live, these positions are the same. For the intro, you're going to have the song section control all the way down. You'll play single notes in the high octave of your left hand and simple chords in your right hand. Here's how I like to voice my right hand and left hand for these parts. And then for that 4 chord, I'll sometimes add in this note in my right hand. This part does come back later in the song as the turnaround, and for this section you'll play everything with octaves in the left hand and those same chords in the right hand. Later in the song you'll play a couple more instrumental parts with the same chord progression, and these parts are called the interlude. For the down verse, you're going to have the song section control all the way down. You'll play single notes in the high octave of your left hand and simple chords in your right hand. I typically voice these chords the same way as in the intro, but here's those voicings one more time. The second time you play the verse or the medium verse, I like to play octaves in my left hand and those same chords in my right hand. For the down chorus, you'll have the song section control all the way down. You'll play octaves in the left hand and a piano riff in the right hand. Now, I like to play this part in octaves, but if you want to play a single note for this part, you can absolutely do that. Here's what the right hand part sounds like. You're going to play that part after every chord change. So here it is with both hands. Now, if you decide you want to play this part with just a single note instead of octaves, I would recommend playing that part up here so you get that synth sound and the piano sound triggered. The next time you play the chorus, you'll have the song section control at halfway, and you'll play everything the same way. The next time you play the chorus will be the big chorus, so you'll have the song section control all the way up. You'll play octaves in the left hand, and you'll play the piano riff in the right hand, but it'll be slightly different. I do want to point out, though, at the beginning of this chorus, you do play some, what I like to call octave stabs, or the entire band will play 2 notes emphasized at the beginning of each chord change. So if your band decides to do this part, I recommend not doing the piano riff and just playing simple chords for that first part of the chorus. Then once you get back into a regular pattern for the rest of the chords, I would join back in with the riff. Now the riff during this part sounds slightly different than before. Here it is. So you notice we play the first 2 notes the same, and then we'll jump up to this just synth range and play. Here it is one more time, slowly. So with both hands, it looks like this. Again, this octave part can be kind of hard to play fast, so if you want to drop out that lower octave and just play it in this range, you can do that. At the very end of the song is a section that we like to call chorus 2. Now this part is different than the regular chorus, so we like to call it something slightly different so that you know that it is different. You'll have the song section control all the way down for this part. You'll play octaves in the left hand and simple chords in the right hand. Now the chord progression, depending on how your band decides to play it, can be really intricate or it can be super simple. So for the first half of this chorus, here's what I like to play with both hands. So you'll notice that there are some main chords that you definitely land on, like the 1, the 5, and the 4. And then there are some chords that don't necessarily fall on a downbeat, like the minor 2, the minor 6, and then all that those
chords that go one right after the other at the very end. So depending on your band, you may decide not to play all these extra chords, but if you do, just keep in mind that I like to keep it very simple and play 1 or 2 notes in the right hand of the chord and just the octave note in the left hand. The second time through the chorus is a little bit simpler. Here's how I like to play this part. Also, you'll have the song section control at halfway for this part. Then for the final time through this chorus too, you'll bring the song section control all the way back down. And in the original recording, this part is a cappella, so there's no band playing behind, it's just voices. So if you decide to do that, you can feel free to drop out entirely. But I like to play a pad behind just to help fill the space a bit. Now, if you want that to be a really soft pad, you can just play in the upper octave, or you can even just hold out the tonic note of your key or your 1 chord. If you want to have a little bit more body to the pad, you can play octaves. Just be sure that you play your notes really light so that the piano doesn't come through too strong. For the post-chorus, you'll have the song section control at halfway. You'll play octaves in the left hand and chords in the right hand. This part is super simple. You're just going to play the same quick chord progression like this. Again, I like to keep my chords voiced in this area, but you can voice them other ways if you'd like, because you do have that piano sound going all the way up to here. And you can also feel free to pulse your right hand and your thumb of your left hand during this section if you want to fill the space more. For the down bridge, you'll have the song section control all the way down. You'll start by playing single notes in the high octave of your left hand and simple chords in your right hand. I typically voice these chords the same way as during the intro or the down verse or the other parts where I'm playing just notes in this octave. So here's how I like to voice those chords. Then the second time through the bridge, you'll play everything the same way but with octaves in the left hand. Then the third time through the bridge, you'll just move the song section control to halfway. Continue playing octaves in the left hand and those same chords in the right hand. At the end of this medium bridge, you will play a tag, which is the last 2 lines repeated one more time. And the chord progression for this last part is slightly different. Instead of playing the 1/3 to 4, you'll play a minor 6, 5, 4. So here's the last part of that bridge. For the refrain section, you'll start by having the song section control all the way down. This part starts with an instrumental part called the interlude. For this part, you'll play octaves in the left hand and the piano riff in the right hand. Now this is going to be the second version of the riff that we play during the big chorus. I'll play it one more time for you. Now because this part is quiet, I like to make sure that those piano notes I play nice and light, which can be a little tricky to do because it's pretty fast moving from note to note, but just do your best. And if you decide to drop off that lower note, it might make it a little bit easier. So here's one time through the chord progression with that. So for that interlude, you'll play 3 times through the chord progression. Then we get to the refrain, which is just where the lyrics come in. You'll move the song section control to halfway and continue playing everything the same way. You'll play 2 times through the refrain like that, and then 1 time with the song section control all the way up. Then you'll bring the song section control all the way back down for 2 more times through the chord progression, but for this part I like to drop off that riff and just play chords in my right hand. Be sure to watch the full demo video to see all these parts in order and how we move the song section control throughout the song.
Song-specific patches work best in the Sunday Keys template for MainStage and Ableton Live. Sunday Keys gives you all the sounds and tools you need to play live worship keys, and all of our song-specific patches integrate seamlessly with Sunday Keys. You can learn all about Sunday Keys for MainStage and Ableton Live on our website. Thanks for checking out this song-specific patch. I'm Julia with Sunday Sounds, and I'll see you next time.